Well, from a director's standpoint, it was, they say don't work with kids, animals, or ocean, right? Three things. Don't do that. And we had all three of them. But I actually was very challenging, obviously, because
Okay, I think I'm here.
Hi, Jana, we see you.
Hello,
Hey,
hi,
how you
David.
doing?
Oi, David.
Hola.
Hi, John.
Okay, how are you?
I'm doing fine, and you?
Thank you.
Good.
I'm okay. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your time. A pleasure to talk to you both. And I'm so amazed with the movie. So touching, so heartwarming, and so beautiful to see Brazil, my Brazil, on the big
thank you.
screen. So I just going to start with you, Jean. What was about João that got your attention, and what was about the script that got your attention?
The real story, it's very touching, and the relationship with the penguin who gave Joao hope
Yeah.
again, who took Joao from his dark moment and gave him light. I like that. I like the fact that an animal can have a soul somehow, and can save me from my loneliness, from my pain. And also, taking the movie, we speak about preserving animals, preserving the sea, and not destroying the planet. I mean, we have many goals with that movie, and as human, we have many goals,
True.
and we want to live together.
That's right.
That's the idea.
Yeah, that's amazing. And David, to find the perfect João, what was about Jean Reno's previous work that made you pick him to play João?
Well, at first, I feel like honored, obviously, to work with such a legend. I've seen Jean Reno my whole life, and I've been a huge fan. A movie that obviously I've watched probably 100 times was The Big Blue. I have my background growing up at the ocean, so my connection to the ocean, Big Blue. My brother and I know almost all the lines of the movie. So when we start talking about names, and Jean's name came, and I said, can we really get Jean Reno? This would be a dream come true. And the production worked hard, and they were kind enough to send me to his house in the south of France, where he spent his summer, and we had a talk, and I gave him the script, and we connected, and I said, this is a story about this beautiful human being from Ilha Grande in the south of Brazil, and this tiny island, tiny little beach that does a miracle event of saving this penguin, and the penguin befriends him and comes back and forth for 8 years in a row. And Jean listened and read the script, and I'm so thankful that he said yes and came down to Brazil to shoot there, and he lived almost 2 months in Brazil, to be able to shoot there. So it was a dream come true having Jean
We did
with
a
us.
good movie.
Yeah, Jean, what was like your experience living in Brazil?
I was happy. I took my family there. They came and they stayed with me in the beach, by the ocean, and I was very happy. Life is easy in Brazil.
You think?
Yes.
We have a great time, right?
I had a good time. I mean, I'm a privileged guy, but I had a good time.
Yes. We Brazilians, I think we try to get, in a way, even though we are sometimes suffering, but sometimes you try to get living a happy life. It's amazing. So let's talk a little bit about the penguins, work with animals. Sometimes it's very difficult. They say not work with animals or kids, or how was this experience for you, David, to work direct animals, and for you, John, to be acting with a penguin?
Well, from a director's standpoint, it was, they say don't work with kids, animals, or ocean, right? Three things. Don't do that. And we had all three of them. But I actually was very challenging, obviously, because, you're talking about penguins and directing penguins, but we had a great guy that was a penguin whisperer, or, a trainer that knew how to get the penguins on the right place. We had to respect their time. They only work in the mornings and early afternoons. After that, they do not work because they are morning animals. So there were all these rules and things that were put together. But it was quite a joy when the penguins came to set, because everybody had to be relaxed, very quiet. We had to respect the penguins. And then, shooting with the kids. The kids are great. I mean, we do great casting, so the kids were not a big challenge. But getting all the motions, everything to work together, that's a big challenge. It's a set that you have kids, you have ocean, you have everything happening at once. So it was definitely a challenge, but it was a joy, because it was so different. It was something so different that we're doing, because 80% of the penguins on the movie are real penguins, and getting that, in the camera and getting that in the story, that truthfulness was so important. And getting the authenticity, for me, was really important that we shot near the original place. We went to Ubatuba. This story is in Ilha Grande, it's very close, and having a penguin in the jungle is something that I don't see every day. So having that green, that beach, the Brazilian beach, and then having a penguin there was also, as a director, from a visual point of view, very, very interesting. What about for you, Jean?
For me, I had no idea. A penguin, okay. I've been working with the horses, eagles, dogs. Well, a penguin. By chance, I came 2-3 weeks before,
right,
and we spent time with them. Slowly, like if you meet somebody, a real person, walking together, feeding them, making noise, speaking like that, they have your voice, and they accept me. In their behave,
they
great. Said, well, you can be there, and we will do something. And it was very, very simple, with time. It cannot be fast, quickly. You need time to get used. He has to get use of you.
That's amazing. Yeah. Another thing that I love about the movies is Maria, played by Adriana Barraza.
Mm-hmm.
She's amazing. Like, how was like this work with her, Jean, and like this interaction with her, and then I love the way that the relationship grows with her and the penguin and everything that happened there.
Yeah, we follow the script, the reality of the script, because at the beginning I was more lonely.
Right.
And I do that. I follow the character. I remember when I did the professional,
mm-hmm,
I didn't go to a restaurant with Gary Oldman.
Right. So
I went to the restaurant. After the day, I died in the movie.
Wow.
Because it was my enemy, so I don't want to see you. That's acting method act. And with my wife, it was the same. And it was nice.
Yeah.
In fact.
Yeah.
Because slowly but surely, the two characters became together again from the beginning. Like they were
when they were young. Yeah.
When they were young, and she understood that, because she's a very intelligent and respectful person.
Yes.
Yes.
David, and how is excited for you to see like your movie right now? You're going to be showing for the world, and how do you see the Brazilian cinema in the upcoming years?
Well, I'm very hopeful, for the moment that Brazil is going through with cinema and all the content that we're doing. We have so many talented people, down in Brazil right now, and more, and it's growing, especially now, the next, I think, 2-3 years, we're going to be looking at amazing cinema and all kinds, series and films that are coming out that are unbelievable, and more being seen overseas. I think that's something that's very interesting, because it's great to make films for our own country and our own audience, but it's also very good to share our culture around the world. And I think, this story does that in a very, very interesting way, because we are showing a Brazil, we're showing the beauty of Brazil, we're showing a Brazilian story that is traveling the world. And I feel very proud as Brazilian seeing this story, being released. It's going to be released everywhere around the world, and here in the U.S. So big. And so I'm very hopeful for what's happening right now with the cinema, situation in Brazil and the whole audiovisual situation in Brazil.
Amazing. I'm very proud of you as well. So I just want to thank you so much for your time. Muito obrigada. Merci beaucoup. And I see you on the next one.
Au revoir.
Ciao.
Thank
Tchau,
you.
obrigado.
If you like to support or continue to support Jana on Camera, don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share the videos.